Hello everyone and welcome to Life After Graduation Student Series. My name's Alex and today I've got Bernard Song joining me to talk about life after graduation and his life as an international student at Swinburne University. Welcome aboard, Bernard.
Hi, good to be here.
Awesome. It's great to talk to you today. So today we're going to talk about, since just a bit of a brief, or could you give us an introduction about yourself, Bernard?
So, obviously, my name is Bernard. I'm soon to be graduating with my master's in business information systems. I'm specializing in business analysis, and yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Awesome, Bernard. It's we just with the introduction about yourself. You're about to graduate this semester. How do you feel?
I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm just waiting for my results and see how it goes. Yeah, applying for jobs and pretty much the standard thing, I guess.
Awesome. Well, today's episode we're all about talking about reflection, and when we mean reflection, especially in this series, when we broaden out to other graduates and alumni and students who are graduating about reflecting on the university life. What is the things that you most enjoyed about uni, Bernard?
The thing that I most enjoyed about uni is obviously the community that I have, because I've been with Swinburne for quite a number of years since my undergrad, and now I'm doing my postgrad. Like, I'm finishing my postgrad. So the friends that I've met through clubs, through volunteering, through leadership roles, yeah, I guess I'm gonna miss the community feel of the university, the friends that I've made along the way. Hopefully we keep in touch and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And you talk about a lot of the things that you got involved at, like Swinburne. So this is going to really lead into the question of what have you most enjoyed about university? And when I mean enjoyed, like you've given us a brief overview of the clubs, the societies, the friends that you made. But what really made you, when you had that feeling of, I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to go to university, and with that smile on your face, what did you really enjoy the most?
I feel like the thing that I most enjoyed about university is the flexibility in things. Like, for example, the classes that I have, I get to pick and choose the time slots that I want. So I can like get up whenever I want. Whereas if I were to be like working in the professional world, it has to be set, for example, 9 to 5. So it has to be, I have to be in the office at a specific time. Whereas in university, it's very, everything is quite, especially for a postgrad student like myself, everything is pretty self-paced, and everything is like I learn as I go, and I can just meet up with friends whenever I want, and I wouldn't have as much commitment as I would have as a professional person. So I guess that's the main thing that I'm gonna miss the most.
Okay, that's awesome. Like, I think you've, coming from my perspective, I think it just sounds like you've really enjoyed that university life. And I think you're going to the next stage of your career, we call it, or your professional life. Um, so let's get to the questions. The nitty gritty about university is when we reflect, right? We always think about the things that is, of course, going on in the past. How about within your course? What have you enjoyed the most about it?
The thing that I most enjoyed, I would say, it's um, cheesy as it may sound, it's the friends that I've made along the way. And especially because I'm doing a course that's sort of technical, whereas I came from a non-technical background. So the things that I learned, especially in my internship, it's so I just finished my internship this semester, and I had so much fun in my internship. Like going from a business analyst to a data analyst. So everything is very technical. I had to learn everything as I go. It's just really fun, to be honest. I mean, especially because of what's been happening with the pandemic, I've been working from home, and everything is pretty self-paced. So it's pretty much in my pretty much what I really enjoy anyway. I'm just really sad that I couldn't actually go to the office though.
Fair enough. We've got one of our other series is that we have within the student series is talking about placements and internships, and I think one of the episodes that is that we had previously, we talked about the environment of an internship or placement and the real benefits of going to a placement and working there and then learning as a student or an undergrad student or postgrad student. You're learning through those steps, and it's so important because when you're going out there to the real world, it's kind of daunting. And I think you've now got that taste of what it's like to be in the real world or real world. What's some of the things like coming from your internship experience and then combining that with your study experience? What do you look forward to the most to your career now after that experience?
Well, aside from getting paid, I would say definitely to learn more about data analysis. So the role that I was doing is not as, I mean, it's technical, but it's not as coding Python kind of technical. But I do learn a lot of analytics software like Google Analytics, especially Google and Adobe Analysis. So definitely gonna try to learn more of it, and yeah, see how it goes from there.
Awesome. Well, I've got this big question for you right now, and it's connecting to your career and the potential to develop and flourish in the future. Is right now we're in a pandemic, and let's be honest, being a graduate is very difficult in 2020, regardless of it's semester 1 or semester 2 graduates. What are you? What have you been up to enhancing your employability? And on top of enhancing your employability, what are you doing to, I think, get to the next step of your career?
In terms of enhancing my employability, I haven't been doing much, to be honest, aside from, I'm actually working as a freelance marketing analyst at the moment. And so I'm just, as part of my job scope requirement, it's to do a lot of Google AdWords. So I'm actually researching on that and learning, obviously on YouTube. I'm trying to see if I can get the certification for that. But for now, I'm just learning on tutorial videos from YouTube. And yeah, hopefully I'll be a pro by the end of everything.
That's awesome, Bernard. Like, I think coming towards the end of your degree, of course, or your postgraduate degree, and then coming out with certifications is going to be really enhancing your career options, especially with the certifications and the trainings that you're going through before you actually enter into a corporation or business. That's really awesome. And I think it's not only you who's going through this. There's a lot of students out there coming out with the degree, and then especially in the middle of a pandemic, it's kind of uncertain. But that positivity that you bring on the table is great. Like you're saying that you're doing freelance work, and then on top of that, you're doing a lot of enhancing your skill level, especially in a field that is super demanding in the business analyst field. So that's really great to hear. Well, we've come to the sort of the second part of our podcast, and today's episode is really primarily not only looking into your career and the focus of your university life in terms of being a student, but you're also a international student, and we know that I probably wouldn't understand a lot of the things that you are going through simply because I am a local student. Local students have different struggles and different things going on in their life. So I'll give you an example. As a local student, some of the struggles for me may be really different to you. Like traveling is probably my biggest struggle when I was at university. I used to go, of course, I met Bernard through Swinburne. I used to travel an hour and 20 minutes a day per trip to the university just to study. And normally I would stay there all day because if I go to class and then I'm coming home, that's kind of, for me, it's a waste of a ticket. So I decided to stay all day. And for me, it is a struggle because I have to wake up a lot earlier. But compared to an international student, I don't think my struggles are even close.
I feel like not so much on, I feel like part of my struggles, I would say then, it's definitely not on travel because I live relatively near to uni. But I would say probably on time management because I did work part-time as a barista and trying to juggle between work and uni and above everything else, I was doing clubs and I was doing volunteering as well. Um, and going into my postgrad, it's less hectic because I sort of learned from what I've done throughout my undergrad. So I knew what I should be focusing on. So I knew how to prioritize, for example. Say, for example, if I have an assignment due, I would try. I mean, I'm a serial procrastinator. I will admit, I'm really when it comes to deadlines, I would try to push it off until like the very last minute. In my defense, I work really well under pressure. Diamonds are met under pressure. But yeah, I do try to at least make an effort to start my assignments, at least the research part of the assignment. So I try to do it earlier so I can get it done ahead of time. But I mean, as far as struggles go as a uni student, that's pretty much all I could say.
Fair enough, Bernard. I think like I've spoken to a lot of students, and especially when I was at university running the student representative council, and some of the students who come up to talk to the SRC was about their struggles. And when you listen to their struggles, every student's got different circumstances, especially international students coming abroad to Australia and studying for a long period of time without their family, their friends from their country that they come from. And yeah, they tell you these stories, and you think about it as a local student, we don't really go through these things unless we're from country Victoria or from another state. Then the similarities are there. But for a local student's point of view, the struggles is nowhere near to what an international student. But I really liked how you shared that point of view of your side. It kind of shows how unique every student is. It really gives an uplifting experience for me listening from your point of view. Even though we've known each other for a couple of years, I've never actually heard some of the things that you've said today, and it's really great to, of course, not only learn from you but also to share, to have you share your experiences. So thank you again, Bernard. And yeah,
Cool.
we're going to our viewers, hope you've enjoyed our episode, and stay tuned. We've got more students coming into our student series of life after graduation. My name's Alex, and yeah.